So the reason why we are always happy to explain Ethereum as a city is because Ethereum is an open source blockchain smart contract platform that grew exponentially from the limitation or the early limitation of Bitcoin's peer-to-peer system. So they grew from that limitation into more complex and more exciting primitives and exciting projects on it. So there are so many bits and pieces in the Ethereum ecosystem and the architecture design that we think a city would be more appropriate to explain or make it clearer. So let me start from the beginning. Ethereum especially grew or became popular thanks to its financial district, which is represented by decentralized finance or DeFi. The major players here are MakerDAO, Uniswap, Pendle, Curve Finance, Lido. It has many dexes, but also new primitives that are only unique for Ethereum, and it has also inspired other blockchains to follow suit. And I'm especially talking about staking services, which we will talk about later in this presentation. But later on, a few years after the launch and after the financial district really proved itself, art galleries started showing up. And with that, and that was in 2017, CryptoKitties came up. It was an auction, an NFT auction, and it attracted even more people who are not even here for crypto, they're here for the art and gamers, of course. But that also attracted many problems, which is mainly congestion. But the silver lining here is that, yes, NFTs invited congestion, but they also invited developers and builders on top of Ethereum who really believed in the Ethereum ecosystem and did not shy away from building on it. So they went ahead and built SRAM networks that are represented by the scaling solutions like Polygon and Optimism and Arbitrum that would just scale the solutions. And it actually now became one of Ethereum's most thriving ecosystems. Another thing that is helping Ethereum become what it is right now, and is the main champion of its security, is the grassroots patrolling services represented by the validators. So these are grassroots, anyone who has an internet connection and some ETH to spare can stake their ETH and they can validate or securely verify transactions, make sure everything is going honestly. And that also invited a plethora of emerging use cases like file storage, applications, tokenization being at the forefront of this innovation, and also media and advertising, all leveraging Ethereum's security and especially its non-censorship nature. In the next slide, we will see how all these come together and how all these are governed. So one basic unique selling point of Ethereum is its smart contracts. But smart contracts have lived on before Ethereum, the late 90s, with the first iteration of a crypto asset, BitGold. It was just an experiment. So smart contracts lived on, waiting to be commercially used. And Ethereum is the pioneer of that. So smart contracts are basically contracts who are smart. They have self-executing capabilities. It's like a contract that has a built-in enforcement officer, a lawyer, and a cashier as well. So it's instead of having a long form, a billion pages full of jargon and only a lawyer could read it, it's a code-based contract written in if and then conditions, and enforced also by the smart contract. So they don't need to be waiting for an officer or a police officer to enforce a complaint or whatever. So that is mainly the selling point of Ethereum as opposed to Bitcoin. And that's what brings all these bits and pieces together and makes sure that everyone is behaving properly. In the next slide, we will see how much smart contracts have been deployed so far. We have about 60 million smart contracts on Ethereum, and that is, they hold 40% of Ethereum's supply. That is huge, and that also shows you how ETH is being used in building smart contracts. Smart contracts is the backbone of Ethereum's ecosystem and the decentralized application. So without smart contracts, all these dApps, it would be chaos, basically. So they're just like a self-executing governance system. But however, like any emerging technology that comes up, they have some vulnerabilities that it's all code based. So there could be a code, there could be a bug, hacking attempts. And this has also been addressed and universally talked about to mitigate such risks. We will delve deeper in this issue, but we have seen some smart contract exploits back in the time. But now I think as the network grew and matures, collecting more validators, more developers, it has been a rare phenomenon.